Hello there and welcome to episode 2 of Football Has Absolutely Fucking Lost It. Football is now the WWE. It's like Game of Thrones, but hopefully this time without the disappointing ending. Let's get stuck in, shall we? Let's go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. You woke up, got a cup of coffee. I got mine right here in my lovely Stitch mug. And today we're going to be breaking down every single thing that's happened in the last 24 hours. So of course, as you're already aware, you're not stupid about the entire European Super League or the Super League, whatever they want to call it. If you guys want to see my initial reaction to this and my actual all-round thoughts about this and how I see football and how damaging this is, then go and check out yesterday's video that will help you out all about this topic. Everything is kicking off in every way imaginable. So I want you to tell me down below in the comments your thoughts about this, what you think will happen as well. And if you guys do enjoy, let's hit 2,000 likes and also subscribe if you are new. I will be doing a double upload today. So with that said, there's a lot to break down here. So let's get stuck in. Let's just start with the first news of the day, and that is the fact that Jose Mourinho was in fact sacked. Now, this is why I want to speak about this exact topic right here. Now, according to Spurs, apparently they've been relieved of their duties. Or in other words, they've been saying that he's been sacked. I do not believe that for an absolute second. Tottenham Hotspur literally has a Carabao Cup final, an EFL Cup final this weekend. You think that Jose Mourinho is going to be sacked because of poor results on the week and exactly after the day, on the morning after the news of this Super League? You think that that is actually possible here? There's no way. The entire reason why Jose Mourinho, after all the BS, after all they've gone through, the poor football and this boring football and everyone gone through it, everyone suffered through it, knowing that, hey, we may actually win a trophy, because that's the one thing that Tottenham has been wanting since 2008. It's obvious to every single person with a brain that knows that Jose Mourinho has, of course, spoken out to Daniel Levy, to someone within the club about this, about the Super League, going against it, and they just sent him packing. We are now in a literal civil war here, that if you got people in your club which start speaking out against this, if you're the chairman of these clubs, they are ruthless now. They don't care. They will send anyone packing that speaks. As we saw with Thomas Tuchel, the Chelsea manager, he had literally no backbone whatsoever, saying things like he trusts the club to make the right decisions, because he knows that if he speaks out against it, then he's gone just as easy as that. He loses his job. Football right now, between managers and between players, it's a battle between morality and for the good of the game and your job and money. And one person that did not have a good day yesterday, one person that you would imagine is a bit upset of the timing of releasing this statement, is of course Jurgen Klopp. It's feeling like the entirety of football is against him at this stage, and with Jurgen Klopp, you absolutely know that he hates it to his core. Klopp is put in a situation that he's pretty much in the middle of his job and his livelihood and his literal passion of being the manager of Liverpool Football Club or being a fan, and we all know that Jurgen Klopp is not for this whatsoever. Trying to be with the fans and say what he thinks the fans want to hear, but at the same time not being too condemning of the entire Super League and of those above him, and they'll just send him away. If this thing goes ahead, then Jurgen Klopp will not be staying as Liverpool manager. So I'm a big fan of bringing in the Dulux dog to be the brand new manager of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Probably do a better job. That is my opinion about the managers. I wouldn't give too much hate to the players and to the managers of these clubs, because they've got literally no say. I saw a video yesterday about Leeds fans and Liverpool fans like booing the Liverpool bus. Lads, I don't think Divock Origi is having much of a say in these entire conversations. Fabrizio Romano, very good sauce, Heinz ketchup kind of stuff right here. UEFA decision about the Champions League and Europa League semi-finals will be made in the next couple of days with the legal team. They decide whether to exclude City, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Manchester United and Arsenal. Seferin, a UEFA main guy, wants to ban them as soon as possible. It's not decided, depends by the legal team. Going alongside that, saying that we will try to use all the sanctions against the Super League clubs as soon as possible. They have to be banned from all our competitions, players too. But apparently Florentino Perez has in fact said that apparently they are protected at least for this year. So it's going to be interesting to see that. Imagine a world where Bayern Munich get back into it. Chelsea, they lose their spot, and then Porto goes. Dortmund, they go through, and City goes out instead. So let's say for the Serie A, clubs, Juventus, AC Milan, and Inter have announced that they want to stay in the domestic leagues. This is the thing though. These clubs receive 350 million each season for just being part of this thing in a midweek European competition, right? On top of that, they also expect to be paid from the Serie A the money as well for being part of it. Do you really think that Roma, Napoli, all these type of clubs will be really fine with them receiving 350 million just extra on top of everything else? Let's be real here. And this goes towards the Premier League. So this is the situation that we're in now, because the exact same thing is happening to the Premier League, but they're not backing out. Every single top 6 team in Premier League, well, the traditional, not the actual top 6, you know, the ones that Arsenal isn't in, or Spurs, no. Other 14 clubs will be in a meeting today, this morning in fact, speaking about what will happen, excluding all of the other 6. And this leads me to my main point right here. The Premier League doesn't want to lose the top 6. They want them to stay there because, I mean, let's be real here. Sky Sports, at the same time as doing what we think is good for football, they're also trying to retain their asset here. They're trying to contain the monster that they formed with the top 6. This is the situation here. So I know that this is with their own, interest in mind here, but we're going to be put in a situation here that it's basically whoever blinks first, and I feel like this is going to happen. I am convinced that Arsenal Football Club will leave the Premier League. Everything that I'm hearing from the club, everything I'm hearing from each of these clubs, it looks like they are completely set on this Super League. They've signed the contracts. It's legally binding. I will get into some other quotes, but from what I've seen, they cannot back out of this. They've signed the contracts. This is a done deal. It's not like they're talking about it. This is already done. They've already got TV licenses ready to do this, and I will show you who apparently is going to... Apparently it's Disney. Apparently Disney is involved in licensing the Super League. I'm not lying. Every single Arsenal fan will agree with me here. Stan Kroenke doesn't care about the history of Arsenal, doesn't care about the sport of football, doesn't care about the fans in any place in the world. He cares about himself and his money. Arsenal is a business to him. Football is a business to him. If you tell him that he gets 350 million, 3.5 billion guaranteed for being part of this league, and it doesn't matter how bad you do, you still are guaranteed this money, then he's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. And there's no doubt in my mind that this guy, who is an absolute... I'm not saying that I hope anything bad happens to him, but I am also saying that something bad happens to him. Balls downstairs, I really would not care. It will come to a stage that Premier League will want to keep them there, but also have them no longer in the Super League. UEFA and FIFA are saying that the players can no longer take part in World Cups, in Euros. They can't take part for the national team anymore. This is mental. The players are being absolutely just thrown to one side here because of nothing, no fault of their own, and their entire careers are being almost torn apart in front of them. You can no longer play for your country in the World Cup. The Euros in this summer, apparently, you can't play in them anymore if you play for a Super League side. If you put in a situation that either says that you stay in Premier League or you break away completely, you would never be part of us ever again, and you can join a Super League. No affiliation ever again. And I'm telling you right now, Arsenal will be the first team to do that. Stan Kroenke sees football as a business. He's guaranteed money no matter what he does if he's in the Super League. He will do whatever he has to do to retain his assets. And once one team makes that call, and my guess is Arsenal, then the rest will follow. These are quotes from Florentino Perez, of course, the main man behind all this, and I'm just saying, I really hope that his son or daughter just maybe gives him a slap. Honestly, these are quotes from him saying we might have to make the football match shorter if it's not interesting. And I like this comment. Soon he will literally say sits aside. At this stage, that'd be the least surprising thing I've seen all week. One of our clubs panicking and leaving? No, they already signed. Saying that they've already signed the contracts. Anyone that wants to leave, I mean, good luck, lads. Without the Super League, football will die before 2024. Big and small clubs will die. He spent so much money on Jovic and Eden Hazard just to be flops that he's went out of his way to make his own league. It's over. Their monopoly is over. It's time for a new era. By creating your own monopoly, they believe that UEFA has a monopoly over them, so what they are doing is causing their own monopoly of a league which is a scout boys club, which you have to be invited in and you cannot leave, and also you cannot get relegated from. Yeah, because that's definitely not forming a monopoly on football. Our players will not be banned from the World Cup, I guarantee it. They can be 100% certain of it. You aren't FIFA or the UEFA, so I don't know how you can guarantee that if you aren't actually in that. We have 15 teams and another 5 teams. It will not be a closed league. The 5 teams will earn their place each season. So it is a closed league because the 15 teams, which is the founders, will stay and the 5 teams would be relegated. Why would you join if literally 15 teams in the league cannot go down? This guy cannot be serious. Seeing to 24-year-old fans aren't interested in football. So I guess I'm just a figment of your imagination, boys. Has never spoken to a 16. Yeah, I don't think Florentino Perez, who's like 80 at the stage, has really spoken to many 16 or 20-year-old or 24-year-old fans. How is this guy speaking for every single 16 to 24-year-old in the entire world? This dude. Let us leave his quotes and get into some more news about this as well. If this actually happens, then apparently the Champions League trophies that they've got from the UEFA Champions League will be crossing over into this Super League and will be called Super League Championships. I'm not lying. It's like Arsenal going into this saying, yo, can we bring our Community Shields? It's not the same thing. It has been confirmed that if this does go ahead, that current players for any team involved in Super League cannot play for the Euros this summer in 2 months' time. That means that England's be Jack Grealish, Sancho and Ollie Watkins or Patrick Bamford. Super League owners are lucky to secure with broadcasters like Amazon, Facebook, Disney, and Comcast. It would raise the annual revenue up to $4 billion, twice more than the Champions League. Welcome to the Disney Channel. Imagine a mascot of Goofy or Mickey Mouse handing over this trophy when they've won it. I'm not even lying here, boys. This is actually happening. And lads, there's so much more behind this, man. There's so much that's happened in the last 24 hours. If you guys did enjoy or found this helpful or found this interesting, then please smash a like button. Subscribe if you're new. Football has gone absolutely mad, boys. It's gone mad. It's a war now, and it's all about money. And we're just going to have to just sit back and relax and watch the show. This is now Coronation Street, lads. This is not football. It's not a sport. It's about 5 billionaire men going against each other. It's now your choice to decide which billionaires do you want to go for. It's either billionaire number 1 or billionaire number 2. No one really wins here because either way, they will still have full decision on what happens here. All in all, this can only go 2 ways. Either the Super League becomes a dead project and it just stops. They just stop. They just don't do it. However, they've already signed things, and I guarantee they've got many things planned ahead of it that's already signed. I don't know if they can get out of that, or it has to go ahead. And I can't imagine a world that they'll be staying in a domestic leagues with the extra 350 million to then take part in that league. I just can't imagine it, boy. And then if it does happen, that means that what happens to the player? I can't imagine Marcus Rashford is a massive fan of this and to not play for England. He'll have to leave Manchester United. Big players will be leaving their clubs unless they find out a way that they can still play in these international tournaments while still being a Super League. I can't see anything changing here, boys. It's either it completely stops dead or it happens and they lose their main players. If you are in this situation, let's say that you're a player for Liverpool or you're a player for Manchester United, what would you do? Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Thank you for watching, and my name is Vizeh. I'll see you next time.